how you get the name Auntie.
That's how you got the name.
That's true.
When they proposed the name Ritch Auntie, I'm gonna tell you, I was like, I ain't nobody fucking auntie. I got my nieces and nephews, but I don't want to be nobody auntie. But at the end of the day, if you think about the younger women that surround you, that you've mentored,
I believe that. Through God, I really believe that.
all right. Hey, guys. Thank you. We are back. The Ritch Auntie podcast. My homegirl is back from Italy. I'm glad to see you. So, thanks, guys, for liking, following, and sharing the platform. Right now, as of today, we have 71 followers on YouTube. Which
71 followers.
71 followers.
I know everybody probably thinking 71 followers ain't doing
Hey,
something, but still, 71 is more than zero.
8 episodes in. And we have 71 followers. So just imagine the growth that can come from that. So let's continue, guys. We appreciate you guys. Yeah. We appreciate all the comments, all the feedback. As we always say, we are flying this plane as we build it. So we are still doing that. So Trina, welcome back from Italy. How was it? Tell us. Got your little hat on.
From Italy, yes. See my little Italy flag and stuff. Italy was really, really good. It was amazing, actually. I don't know if anyone has ever traveled to Italy, but Italy is definitely different from the United States, and the way that they live, the way that they do things is totally different from the United States.
So tell us some differences, like with the food.
The food is like their diet is a Mediterranean diet, which could basically consist of different type of the meats that they have over there, like the salami meats, different type of prosciutto meats, whatever they call all that, cheese, eggplants. They really don't have no fried foods over there. Well, they do have fried foods, but their foods are fried in oil, olive oil. And each part of Italy, each little city, they are known for their different cultures, you know, the things that make them who they are. Like we went to Capri. Capri was known for their perfumes. Like you could walk through their, we went to this, it was like a, what is the place where, I can't even think of the name of it. It's where the two rocks are out in the peninsula and you can see it. We crossed the ferry and went over to Capri, but it was at Capri, the island of Capri, where you could see it. But on the island of Capri, there's like an area where you walk through there and it's like filled with woods and trees and stuff, but on each tree along the sidewalks there's perfumeries there. They have like little things, containers on each little pole, and you walk by and you smell the fragrances, and then you can go into the different stores and say, hey, I like this fragrance, whether it was lavender or whether it was lemon or whatever. You say you like this fragrance, and then they can like mix up some different stuff for your pH
for you
level.
To buy it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. We went to the pasta making plant. There's a Italy's food, and I didn't know this. They don't, because Italy is known for freshness. They're known for everything being done like right then.
Right
like,
there on the spot.
Yeah, the seafood and everything is what came out of the ocean that day.
Oh, wow.
Like whereas we might go to the store and our food may have been got out of the ocean last week or a week ago or whatever, and they took it and did what they did to it, and then they got to ship it over here. Italy is not like that. It's come straight out of the ocean to the restaurant.
So you can taste the freshness. The freshness. Oh,
yes,
wow.
yes.
That sounds
their
good.
wine.
That's what I love about Panama too.
Oh yeah, Panama was like that. Their wine is like amazing. The potency in their wine is totally different from ours. The first night, you can ask Robert, the first night I had a little too much to drink. But, and I'm not a wine drinker, I'm more of a beer girl, but their wine is really good. They have a lot of different fragrances, different flavors of wine. But Tony, shout out to my homeboy Tony, Antonio Strong. Tony had told us to check out a wine over there in Italy, and we did, Tony. It was really, really good. So
what
thank
wine
you for
was
that. I don't even ask me the name of it because I couldn't pronounce it.
Okay.
You know, I had to go back and get the Facebook page where Tony sent it on to see. But everything in Italy is their style. There where you can walk the streets of Italy and you could have on a nice jacket and skirt like a suit, and you're going on an interview type style. But they would have that on with tennis shoes. They would have them high stack tennis shoes, like all leather, maybe all white, and the stacked tennis shoes would be about that high. The heel on the tennis shoes about that high. But that was their outfit, you know. Well, they would.
That's cool. I would love to see that.
I saw ladies walking around with the beautiful long dresses, silk dresses, and they would have the scarves. They're known for their scarves. They would have the scarf wrapped around them, and they would have on the tennis shoes. And you would think we would have on sandals or shoes or something.
Yeah.
So their style
or heels.
Yes, their style is totally different.
That's because they do a lot of walking.
Probably
they do a lot of walking.
Definitely.
So here we jumping from our car to where we going.
Yes,
they do a lot of walking in Italy.
A lot of walking. We visited the Fountain of Trevi. We visited the Standing Steps. We visited St. Peter's. I think it's St. Peter's, the cathedral. Mm-hmm. We visited the Vatican. We visited some of the Colosseums.
Oh, y'all saw some good
we saw some good stuff. We went to Pompeii. I mean, Pompeii was amazing. Did you know that city of Pompeii in Italy is a city that was buried with volcano? Volcano erupted, I think, back in the like the 1500s. And it was even before Christ. I think it was AC, after Christ, something like that they were saying. But anyway, it erupted and it covered the entire city.
Wow.
But they have now archaeologists over there, students that travel to Italy to study underground, because they've uncovered like 70% of that city. They're still uncovering 30% of Pompeii. They're still over there studying it, and got the archaeologists and stuff to try to dig up stuff. But that was amazing. Going into the Vatican to see the Michelangelo paintings, all up in the ceiling and
Their
stuff.
architecture there is amazing too.
Amazing. So Italy is definitely a place. The leather, yes, guys, it is true about purses and stuff. Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada.
So what's the difference in buying here and buying there? Like, is it the cost?
Yeah, definitely.
Is a little bit cheaper, a percentage of the cost. You're not paying taxes. Like, what's the difference, like, in buying a Louis here?
That is
and
the difference. All of what you just said. The cost is definitely different because you have tax-free over in Italy as a United States citizen. You can apply for what they call VAT. It's a value added tax that they put on things that you buy over there. And you can go over and have that taken off and get your money back before you leave out of Europe. I think you have to do it though because we had to do it in Paris. We had to go to the duty-free, tax-free station. And
so they gave you all your tax back that you paid while you were there? That's awesome.
They'll put it back on your credit card, or they'll give it to you automatically. Because we were pressed for time, we didn't have time to wait for them to go to a station and get the money and all that kind of stuff. So we just filled out the form and put it in a, they have a little drop box. You put it in a drop box, and then they said they'll mail it. And I looked on the credit card the other day, the bill, and it did credit the
that's
taxes.
good.
Yeah, so
okay, so it's definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm,
okay, so the handbags, because everybody, I know y'all want to know, because I want to know. So the handbags, I know Italy got that leather is, it's that supple leather. It's really nice. But with the Gucci, the Louis Vuitton, when you went in there, like, did you see the difference in cost, though? Is it cheaper to buy a bag there than it is to buy it
Definitely.
here?
They had, and I compared it when I got back, because they had a purse over there that I looked at, and that purse was like, over there, it was like right at 2,000, maybe like 22, something like that. And over here, that same purse was like, I want to say it might have been like 29 or 30, 31. I can't remember the exact, but it was definitely almost $1,000 difference in the price. So you get it,
$1,000 difference.
Yeah, and then you talking about taxes.
That's a lot.
There being a difference. So I don't know if the markup over here in the United States, but I do definitely feel like over here in the United States that we are definitely, I love the United States of America, land of the free. That's beautiful. But I think that we are definitely
land of the free is beautiful.
Yeah, well, because really it is. You know what I'm saying? In the United States of America, we do have a lot of freedom that other countries don't have. I see that, I recognize that, but I do see too in the United States how I feel like we probably have been a little bit hypnotized in a lot of ways with certain things made to believe that things should be this way when in actuality they're really this way. I feel like in the United States maybe we have been given a lot more I guess benefits as far as getting programs, getting assistance and all that.
Where there you don't see that in other countries like you see here.
But I feel, because I've gone to Italy and Panama, different places, I feel that, but it's like that because of how we run the United States of America. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of food that we bring into the United States of America that is processed and artificial and different stuff, and that has a lot to do with our body, our chemical makeup, and so that makes us have to go to the doctor more.
Yeah.
It makes us have to depend on
some stuff is not permittable in those countries too. Definitely. Like certain things that we eat here is not permitted for them to eat there. So a lot of candies and different types of things.
They don't have it. Yeah. Because I didn't see any type of like, oh my God, I didn't see no stuff like.
Did you see M&Ms?
No Tootsie Rolls. I didn't see no, what do they call them? Mambo look thing, the Mambo candies. None of that kind of stuff. None of that kind of stuff.
That stuff that we eat here that they're there to eat over there. You know,
their stuff consisted of like lemon stuff. It's all like I saw the kind of candies that I saw were like lemon cello candies. It was like hard candy. And Robert said it tasted. I didn't even try it, but he said it was kind of like a little chocolatey in the inside with a lemon flavor taste. But he liked them with a little nut. He said he thought they were really good hard candy.
Yeah.
But it's differently. Yeah, it's more healthy because their diet is.
Well, Italy had the highest oldest population before the pandemic.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Living way beyond their years. Like seriously, in the hundreds.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so the highest population of older people. So they lost a lot of older people during the pandemic when the pandemic hit. So probably because of the way they eat. I feel like that too. Like my grandmother, she's old and they eat their diet. I think she's 98. Their diet is just different.
It is.
It's a different type of diet. They're not eating beef like we eat beef over here.
None of that. I was going around asking. I was asking for steak. I wanted a steak so bad.
Really?
Robert wanted salmon so bad. Like we were going around asking. We found like 2 restaurants that sold steak, and the steaks was like aged. Still had them sitting out, and they were aged beef, and so they came.
Did you guys eat it? Was it good?
Delicious.
Wow, just a different type because it's aged. It's different stuff that is aged is a lot better than like the fresh meat and stuff.
We went into some stores and you could get your sandals made right while you wait, and you pay for your sandals, pick out your colors or whatever they make them for you. But the thing that I thought was interesting though is that in order to get your tax-free for going over to Italy, anyone going over to Italy and buying something. Don't try to wear your stuff back and then get to the tax-free station and want to get your money because they're not going to give it to you. Your stuff has to be new.
Pay attention, y'all. You go to Italy, do not wear your stuff back through the duty-free zone until you get your tax-free money. Then you can sport your stuff. So you can't carry your handbag. You can't carry nothing.
You can carry it because you're carrying it too, but the tags and stuff need to be on it. It can't be like you're carrying it and it's being used and stuff.
Okay.
It has to be like it's
so it's got to be.
Because they were saying that if you need to carry your handbag in order to show them, because they want to see that, which is something we didn't know. If you whatever you purchase in Italy, you want your money back on. If it's a high price stuff, you want to take it with you. Yeah. Because we put ours on the
plane.
We checked it in because we didn't know. Because we didn't know, thank God, we had a little favor, and the guy that waited on us, he worked with us. Okay. But he told us going forward, he said it probably would not do it, but we had a little favor, so they did do that. Thank you,
that's
Lord.
What's up. So a lot of good tips and tricks while you're traveling, guys.
But the airplane ride, oh my God,
it was long. I know that's a long
flight. If you ever try travel to Italy, I suggest doing Comfort. Seriously, Comfort.
How many hours is it from Atlanta?
It was from Atlanta. It was like going. It was 8, and coming back it was 9.
Okay. Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, and
Make
then
sure
we had
you're comfortable.
We had another 2. Once we flew from Atlanta, we flew into Amsterdam, and then we had another 2 from Amsterdam to Italy.
Okay.
So coming back, it was from Naples to Paris was 2 hours, and then from Paris to the United States was 9.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. All right. So Trina, you shared a lot of good tips and trips. Tips and tricks to traveling. Sorry, guys, a tongue twister right there. But definitely a lot of good stuff to know as you're traveling abroad out of the United States. So definitely. Well, how was it with like COVID? Are people wearing masks? Are they not, like on the plane? So everybody's doing their own thing now?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Pretty much. They were saying that they wanted to see your vaccination papers. They wanted to see the vaccination papers, but no one asked for them. So we didn't have to.
That was before traveling. Y'all read the preliminary stuff.
Yeah, the travel. Yes, yeah, they want you to read.
Did y'all travel through Delta or did y'all go through? Okay.
We went through a travel agency. We went through, but we flew through Delta.
Okay, which is good because Delta is pretty good about preparing you for what you need to travel. So that's pretty good. Yes. Okay, well, thanks, Trina, for sharing that. Super excited to have you back. We did.
Good shows. Thanks, Tiffany, for sitting in my place. I appreciate you. You did a good job. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, she did. Everybody was commenting like she did a good job. They enjoyed having her on the show. Thanks, Tiff. I sprung the second episode on her without her knowing. She was like, what? I was like, yes, I need you to come on the second episode while Trina's gone. So she was ready. So we talked about a lot of good things last week with Tiffany about men and stuff like that. Men, as you're reading or watching these snippets, please understand that what you are seeing is just a snippet, 10 seconds or less of what we are showing you on the actual podcast. So in order to really get an understanding of what we're talking about, we're not male bashing. If you would just go out to YouTube and search Ritch Aunties podcast, it will come up. Please follow the episode. Look at the whole episode before you say or give a negative comment that we're male bashing or men have so much more to offer. Of course, we're not saying all men cheat. Yeah, they think we male bashing. That's not the intent. Tiffany said a lot of good things about a man being a prize for a woman, which is true because I didn't think a man could be a prize. I always think the woman is choosing the man, but she said a lot of good things that I didn't think about, and she educated me on. So don't think because you're seeing a 10-second clipping of what's coming that you're getting the full episode. In order to see the full episode, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, and we are about to be on, what are we about to be on, K-Sun?
Apple Podcast, we're on
iHeartRadio. And the Apple Podcast, so that's going to be easier for people to follow us. We have 71 followers to date. Continue to help us grow, but just know that we are not male bashing. And at some point, we are going to be taking calls. We are going to go on Facebook Live. We're going to go on Instagram Live, where you can call in as we're filming the episode, and you can comment. So that's coming next month. In the month of April. So we're super excited to bring that to you because a lot of people have been saying, hey, y'all are out here talking about men. Y'all got good topics, but you're talking about men
and
men cheating and men do this and men are this. That's not what we're trying to put out there because we're giving to you. But as women, it's our perspective as women as how we're treated as women, right? Yes. Men cheat, women cheat.
Yes.
We all have our own personal issues when it comes to trust and
we're not
opening
saying
up.
Everybody cheats. So when we say men cheat, we just saying typically. You know, people do. You know, there are cheaters out there. That's why they got the show Cheaters.
Cheaters. That's
there are cheaters. Yeah, there are cheaters out there. But when it comes to like cheating, though, I'm just curious. What are your thoughts? Do you think that men are better at cheating or women are better at cheating?
Definitely women are better cheaters.
You think women are better at cheating?
Oh, yeah, because we you know, we're not going to tell what the right hand is never going to tell what the left hand is doing.
Exactly.
I'm not going to I'm not a cheater, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, I think that women are better cheaters just because I think that we're better at being discreet and hiding things. What do you think? Men don't know we know how to go on our phone and do things, and men will do it and get caught. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta.
I think too.
What do you think?
I think that's true. I do believe that. I think
we're more calculated. I think.
Yes, definitely. And I think it goes back to just all the way back from being girls versus boys. Little girls and little boys. Boys are just always catered to and loved on from a baby perspective, with mommies. Girls, mommies, they cling to his mama's boys, daddy's girls, so men tend to, I think, once they find a good woman or they get into a relationship, they become kind of content with that, and they kind of let their guards down sometimes, and if someone else comes along or something else comes along, I think that just being a man is just in their nature. again, we're talking about boys and all the way up, from when a little boy's a little boy, when he's a baby, his little thing and the baby in the water is erected, from a baby. And you think a little baby would even, it's like a little baby is hard. You can't say that, but from a little boy, they little thing, they're what's the word I want to use? Activated, simulated. Yeah. So as a man, when they get up there, women are beautiful, and men just, they don't think, they just think that they look at it. Okay, I'm with my girl.
Because a lot of men say, do you think this is the case though? Because a lot of men say that they can cheat without emotion. Like women, we cheat, but it's more. I think women are honest about cheating. Like if you're in a relationship with a guy, or you're talking to a guy, or you're talking to multiple guys, I think women, we come honestly and say, we're dating.
Right.
So I may be dating you, and I'm dating someone else too. So I'm openly dating. Right. So we're honest
but
about.
A man won't say that.
A man won't say that to a woman. Okay. Why do you think? Do you think that's the case? Because I think that that is the case. A lot of times, a man is not transparent about
that's true.
How they cheat.
And I think that's how it starts.
That's how it becomes cheating, because men, when you out here dating different women and you're not being honest, I think that the way that you come across to a woman may lead her to believe that she's the only one. Mm-hmm. And when you're not being honest, I feel like women, because we are so emotional and we work off emotion, we're committed like right away. We become loyal right away. We become committed right away. So it's like if you're not saying and being transparent, like, okay, I'm dating you, you're in the dating pool with all these other women, I want to just let you know that you're not the only one. Mm-hmm. Why do they do that? Because it can't be, I feel like sometimes I think it's because of sex. They want to have sex with different women. And they don't.
Oh,
I mean, what do you think?
Don't know. It's hard to say. I guess not. Again, men, because we're just coming.
And this ain't male bashing. We're talking from a woman's perspective, and we're talking about women cheating as well.
And what we, over the years that have experienced, and I just think that, I honestly think that most men, and I can't speak for them all. Some men are just gonna be. They just grimy.
Y'all just grimy. Some of y'all just grimy as shit.
The brother made it very clear when he got all the women pregnant, in the episode.
He said he ain't trying to be with you.
You just got some men out here that just gonna, have to.
That's not being, you know what, I'm gonna take that back, because that's not being grimy. Because like I just said, women will come and say, it's about being transparent and saying, I'm dating you, but I'm openly dating a whole bunch of other people until I meet my person.
Though, I think, honestly, though, if you are, and this is just, again, my own personal opinion, I think it is grimy if you are sleeping around with all different type of females, whether you're sleeping around with different females or different males, it doesn't matter, because it's just a little bit to say. And if you're not, especially if you're not wearing protection, you got all these different spirits coming up in you, all this different stuff going on, and that to me is grimy. So, but when it comes going back to the cheating things, when it comes back to a man, again, I go back to, like I said, when I'm the little boy, men seem like they're looking for a woman that's going to nurture them in the way that they need to be nurtured from a little boy from growing up. Their mom, most of them have men. And if they didn't have a mom, maybe they don't know how to treat a woman. Maybe they don't know what it feels like to have an affection, to be honored, to honor that. Because we as women, just like men, are special to us. They're good. Everybody deserves somebody. There's a man for a woman. He made Adam and Eve for us to be together.
Right.
I just think that when you find the right person, and until you find that right person, you're just always going to be out there searching and
just be honest, people, and say, you're not my person, but I like you, and I'm just going to kick it with you for a little while till my person come along.
It would be so cool if that was the case,
because that's respectful.
Now if they did some mess like that though, and you're in a relationship with somebody and you've been dating them, because women, we're emotional, and you're dating this man and we've been dating for about 3 or 4 months, and then he come out and say, by that time we in deep. But 3 or 4 months we in deep.
Yeah, that is deep. You in love. You might be in love with somebody.
And then he come and say, I don't really want to date you like for real, like all the time. I just want to date other people. But we can be friends. How do you think that's going to make a woman feel?
Pretty bad, because emotional, like you just said, about to pull up at his house and do some damage because you mad as shit. But
so that's what I'm saying. So men are never gonna get. So it's always gonna probably be.
I think because men, for them, the game is to get the sex. Then they sleep with you, and then they become a different person. I think for women, we're not out here to conquer y'all in a sexual way. You know what I'm saying? We're into dating different people to see whether or not their character. Is this the person I can be with? Because like you said, most women are looking to settle down, right?
But wait a minute now, though, because what about like when they're young? Because I always say this, my son is 28 years old, and I know you're 28 years old for a man. My heydays, I'm just serious. If I was a male, and all the beautiful women I've seen in my lifetime, I'm just gonna have to be honest with you, I probably would be a cheater too. I probably would. In my young years, 28. Now, by the time I get to be about in my 40s and 50s, at that point, I should have, played around enough and tipped and tapped enough
to see
and hopefully ain't got no diseases and none of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was smart about it. Hopefully I would have been a smart man. But at that age, I would think that, you kind of know what you want and you're ready to settle down. Cheating after the age of 40, I think to me is and I don't want to say is a bad thing, but I do think cheating after 40 is an immature thing.
Yeah.
Because I think that during those years, you should be at a place. You should be. I don't know. Some people start late in life, but so I can't say that
they become later cheaters.
Right.
Is that what you're saying over there?
They just start late. You know what I'm saying? That some people just start late, and at that point, you should kind of know what you want. You should have experienced enough females or males that you kind of know what you like and what you don't like. And if at that point you are dating and you happen to meet different women, I think you should be mature enough to say to a person, this is not working for me, or I really like you, but I don't like you. I don't see myself
being with you, settling.
Right.
That's more. You know what? That's more honest, though. I can appreciate a man saying that to me.
Me too. I can too.
I really can appreciate a man coming to me and saying, "You know what? I like you, but I don't see you as wife material or somebody that I could spend the rest of my life with." And I prefer to be out here dating other people. I can appreciate that. And if you just wanted to be sex, just be honest and say, I just wanted to be a sexual relationship because I don't want to be out
you're
here.
Mature, you should be able to do that as well. If that's what you want to do, that's
Fellas,
fine.
trust me, it don't scare a woman when you say that to them.
It really doesn't.
You just definitely just need to be honest. And I think honesty is key in every
because I think a
relationship.
woman loses respect for a man, honestly. When
and
she
trust.
finds
When
out,
you lose trust in a man, it's definitely hard to gain that trust back. Because you're always, in your mind, you're always in your head thinking, oh, well, he's lying. He ain't telling the truth.
Yeah. But that's not fair either, too, because a woman, if you're going to stay with that man, if you catch him cheating and you're going to stay with that man, then it's not fair to the relationship, to the woman, to the man, to keep bringing that up or not trusting him. You have to trust him. You have to allow him, because people make mistakes. We're human. You know what I'm saying? And again, there's
if he make that mistake a second time, then you need to be looking at him sideways and be like, all right,
he ain't the same mistake over
repeat offender.
Yeah, we too old for that to be saying the same thing.
Repeat offenders. No, we don't need no
definitely,
repeat offenders. Definitely not. Yeah, I agree with you, Trina. But I do think ultimately women are better cheaters than men.
I can agree.
We just know how to be discreet about it because we're honest about it. We're going to let a man know, like, I got a whole dude over here. But if you want to come and play and go out and, we might do that. But we're going to be honest about it. I don't know too many women. Hell no, they ain't going to tell you because they're ultimately trying to conquer the vagina. And they ain't trying to conquer nothing else, ladies. They just want to hit it and quit it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So in order, they know you're not going, if they know that you are not in it to stay in it, a woman knows that, then she's not going to sleep with you. She might date a couple, go out with you on dates and let you spend your money and that kind of thing, but she definitely ain't going to give you, she ain't going to give it up, guys. So.
Some of them
definitely.
Now.
You think so?
Yeah, some of them might not like, some females like sex, just like some men like
that's
sex.
True.
Some females
that's true
want to just,
Trina.
have sex. They're not looking for a relationship. They just want to, just like a man, get that release or whatever.
But like we just said, honesty. Just be honest about what you're looking for in a man. Be honest about what you want from a woman. And, just keep it moving from there. Don't make any impulsive decisions to be with somebody. You really got to learn someone. For me, character is important. Forget your looks, what you look like. I don't give a damn what you look like. But your character is important.
It is.
What do you think are some characteristics in a man that you feel are like important, Trina? What do you feel like is important for a man to have that you...
I think having a relationship with the Lord is important. I feel being a family man is important,
like loving his kids and, and his mom, his role, his parents.
As a man, and as a man,
siblings.
if you got a family, you have to take care of your family. You know, your mom. You know, you're gonna make sure your mom is good. I think integrity and character, as you said, has a lot to do with it. Being a man of your word, you know, not just because men are the head, you know, and so what they say typically.
Women ain't gonna let you lead if you can't be the head.
Right. So
that's for sure.
You know, definitely, if you're going to be who you say you are, then be who you say you are. Stand on that, because if you don't want me to wear makeup, and you make that clear in the beginning, I don't want you wearing makeup, then I shouldn't come into the relationship thinking I'm going to change him to have him to let me wear makeup. That's who he is, and that's what he stands on. And we as women have to respect that. And I think that's what we as women have to learn, is what we want from a man.
So if a man tell you you can't wear makeup, you ain't going to wear it?
Well, like I said, I'm not a makeup girl, but if I was a girl wearing makeup and I started dating somebody and he said, then I probably would be like, look, man, you ain't not going to make it. Because I've been wearing makeup before I met you, and now you're going to tell me I can't wear makeup. But that's what I'm saying.
And I had makeup on when you met me, probably.
Right, exactly. So that's what
9 times out of 10, I had the damn makeup on.
But men, they don't be thinking about that kind of stuff when they first see you. They ain't seeing makeup, baby.
That's not what they saying, but they know you got some damn makeup on.
But listen, it's so funny because sometimes you can show a guy a picture, and it could be a woman, a female. She got on a nice little dress, and we're looking at her hair, or we're looking at the color of her lipstick. But that man gonna look at probably her breast. That's the first thing he gonna see. He gonna see, you know, with her physique, how she made up. That's the first thing that most men see. Whereas, like like when you look at a man, what's the first thing you see on him when you see a man?
I think I like beards, so I'm looking to see if he got a beard, because I just think a man is sexy with a beard. I don't know why. And I think I don't really particularly like bald men, but if his character is strong, then I can overlook the baldness. But I do like a man with some hair. Okay. It's okay if he's, you know, a little thinning or whatever. That's cool. But that's for me, really. I'm looking at his face, like his characteristics of his face. And then, of course, I'm not a look girl. Like, I'm not looking at you and being like, you fine, you know. Nah. Because y'all fine, man. Y'all too much to handle. Like, y'all just got too many issues.
They got issues.
Y'all, you know, I'd rather have an ugly dude. I'm sorry. I mean it ugly.
Don't say you'd rather have an ugly dude.
I do.
Are you serious?
Yes. I'd rather have, because you're not in competition with nobody, and it's just like, you know, he not the cutest, but
then you don't want anybody looking at. I mean, you want him ugly, but you want him to
dress
nice.
But I'm gonna tell you, let me tell you something. I've been with some ugly guys that their character is so strong that women attracted to that is what they looking for. You know what I'm saying? So although he wasn't the most, you know, wapple, like the most good looking wapple, as we say.
But his character
was like, so personality. Women are attracted to an alpha male.
Yes.
Women are attracted to a cocky man.
Yes.
A man that, you know, presents well and is confident. Like, that to me is more attractive than your face. But I think initially when I see a dude with a beard, like, I'm really attracted to beards, so I kind of like look, you know, take a double look, take a second look. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm not really into looks though, for real. I don't think that's attractive to me. I don't want to say this, but I don't like heavy men.
Oh, I know. She does not. I mean, belly. You don't like a man with a belly.
You call him seasoned.
It's a mature, seasoned man, but she's like, no way.
I need to know.
She does not want anybody. So, guys, if you're looking to even try with her, please don't have a stomach. Don't have a good.
I just like a man that works out, because I feel like I work out. I try to keep myself up. So I just
and it's what you like. It's your preference.
Yes, it's my preference. If you in the gym, you ain't got to have like a 12-pack, an 8-pack, 6-pack, but you got to be in, you know, at least. I don't think height is I don't think I'm into height like that either, but I do. I mean, I like tall men too, because I'm short and I feel like they make me look more petite when they taller than you. You know, you kind of look, they offset you a little bit better. But I mean, I don't know. I don't think I have a type. Do you have a type?
I like dark men. I don't like
light
skin. I don't like. I'm not gonna say I don't like them. I'm just not attracted to light skinned men. I'm more attracted to dark skinned men.
Yeah. Me too. I like brown skin. I don't know. I don't have a I can't say I really have a preference. For me, it's really, character in your conversation. If your conversation is deep,
conversation,
and you know how to talk to me, and it's all about how you make me feel as a woman. You know, I think that's important. Men, and even for women, it's how a woman makes a man feel. Like, what are you doing for your man to make him feel confident and feel, you know, like you're on his team? Like, I think that a man, you know, a woman should be catering to her man or be submissive to her man. I don't know. That's just me.
I think that's 2023, because you know 2023 and where anything goes. So, do you think that in a relationship with a man and a woman, do you think that there should be, you know, the woman should make more money, the man should make more money, the woman should stay at home, and the man should work, or who they just make?
Well, we talked about that. It's so funny. We talked about gender roles and how, you know, we don't think there are gender roles now. I think it's just, you know, like who. You know, because sometimes people who's capable of doing it, it's forget like men should have the highest paying job and the women should have the lowest paying job. Because women, y'all are out here doing y'all thing, and men are out here doing their thing. Now, I think it depends on the relationship and what the man's expectation is of his woman. Because I feel like, for me, I need an alpha male and one that can lead and I can learn from. Those are the three most important things for me to be in a relationship. Can you lead me in the right direction? Are you strong enough to lead me? Because I am a little, you know, I'm Latina, so I can be a little aggressive, and I think I can be a little demanding too. But it's in a good way, because I think I can be submissive as well. So those are important for me. But I think that, you know, in the partnership, what are your expectations, a man's expectations of his woman, and the woman's expectation of her man?
Yeah, that's
you know
a good
what I'm
question,
saying?
Guys.
So
answer that. What do you think about that? It's something that, you know.
What are your expectations in dating and looking for? I'm not gonna say just dating and looking for your soulmate or your mate. Because they said the most important thing I seen, I don't know if it was a TikTok or if it was on Facebook. The most important decision that you ever make in life is who you choose to share your life with, your partner. So if you think about that, I think that is very, very important in choosing your partner.
It really is.
Can you talk to them? Are they there for you? Do they listen to you? How many times do you have to communicate something to say, this is how I feel, and for them to validate your feelings? Like, those are all things that are very, very important.
Yes, they
in a relationship. And it could be heterosexual relationship. It could be a homosexual relationship. You have to know, because we got to think too, there's same-sex partnerships. You got to know what you want out of that person.
That's right. Just don't be, you know, homosexual with a relationship trying to figure that out in Uganda. Because, you know, Uganda has that. They just passed that.
They passed the law.
Yeah, that homosexuality is not permitted there. They're not with it at all.
So it's like a felony. Is it a crime? It's a crime there
I think so.
To be gay, right? So you can't even express. Can you imagine that? We're in the United States of America. Imagine living in a country, because I even think like Japan and China and India, like those countries, those third world countries now, where you can't be openly expressive about your sexuality. How do you feel about that? Like, why does the government have so much say?
Well, there you go. What did we just say about alien United States of America? There you go. You know, feel like they control us. They got us brainwashed into thinking that it's supposed to be this way and that way. It has to go this way. It has to be done that way. I think it's really, as a people, I think it's just so sad, because again, it goes back to the question of, if you're born, you know, going back to genetics and stuff, and how they say, you know, the girl chromosome, boy chromosome, all that kind of stuff. And sometimes when you're born, that stuff gets crossed up. And so maybe you may be born as a young man, but you feel like you're a female because of your chromosomes and stuff getting all mixed up and all, you know, whatever happens during the reproduction process. So I don't know if, you know, you can honestly say if a person is feeling like they're a woman, if it's a man, and feel like, you can't say whether they feel like that or not, because we don't know. So for them to be born in that country and they come out feeling with these feelings,
I know,
you know, it
crazy.
has to be really, really hard on them. You know what I'm saying?
So just think about that as a whole, as a society. You basically we have people in the United States that they don't even feel comfortable coming out the closet sometimes. So imagine living in a country where it's not because you can't come out the closet, but it's because if you do come out the closet, it's against the law.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
And even their family members, they were saying that if the family members are, aware of you being gay, that they're going to be brought in too. And
wow,
and probably,
so charges will be brought up against them.
Could possibly be. It's just out. It's out, period. They don't want it over there. They said it's been before time, and they're not trying to be accepting of it. So that's the only thing.
That's a crazy thing.
That's the only thing about that, huh? You should be able to express yourself.
Express yourself. Like you have to hide who you are as a person, not only from your government, but from your family members. You can't be gay. So imagine, having some type of femininity or masculinity, because you have women too that present as masculine, and you have men that present as feminine. So imagine that you're out here in society and you can't even be yourself. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy things going on in this world, you guys. We're lucky. We really are in the United States of America. That's why a lot of people want to come here. They feel like this is the land of the free.
Of the free. Yes.
And
it is.
It's just crazy to me.
There's still stuff going on though. It's still in the United States. We still have our stuff that we deal with. Like they may not deal over there with racism, the amount of racism that we deal with over here.
That's true.
But it's like every country is always something. You just have to
something better,
or something
worse,
exactly.
A worse thing. You just got to know what you're dealing with.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That's so true.
All right, so let's get in. That was at Auntie's house, Trina, where everything goes. We talk about anything. As we always say, it's 2023. Anything goes in 2023. So let's talk about Girls Talk. A lot of good stuff out here going on. Did you see the I guess it was on the news. I seen it on Instagram. The guy that wanted the domestic violence huge. Like it's crazy out here. People putting their hands on each other. You get mad and you can't control your emotions, but took the police on a high-speed chase with his daughter in the car, no car seat, not in the seatbelt, just because the mother would not give him the password to her phone. So obviously some domestic stuff going on. From what I hear and understand, she had a restraining order against him. So how was he able to get the daughter and still have a restraining order? I don't know how
they said he went and got the daughter out of daycare. He checked out of daycare and took the daughter to Walmart where the young lady worked and demanded that she give him his phone. So she gave him the phone, and I guess he was at that time asking for the password and she wouldn't give it to him. I don't know, but he left, took the baby, and they said he beat the baby really bad because when he FaceTimed the mom, she saw the baby all bloody. So he had hit the baby with something. And he was demanding then that she give him the password to her phone. And she said that she just wasn't giving it to him fast enough because he ended up, taking the police, like you said, on a high-speed chase. And the little girl ended up dying. They were trying to rush her to the hospital.
Did she end up dying from the abuse from him or was there an accident?
I think so. It was him. I think the abuse that he had, whatever he did to that baby. And she was, 2 or 3 years old. And so you're right, domestic violence is really, really getting crazy out here. Just like on the they had on the Instagram, I saw that this morning. I think I sent it to you with the young lady shot. She was shooting. She had the gun.
Oh my God, the guy! And wait a minute, we are not
a woman and a man versus
right.
A man
That's
and
what
a
I was going to say. Domestic violence goes both ways.
Yeah.
A woman can be the aggressor, and put her hands on a man. And a man could be the aggressor and put his hands on a woman. At the end of the day, like. I seen that. You sent it to me. I was shocked because I didn't know at first you only see her in the video, so I didn't know who she was talking to.
Yeah, I know.
And then when I seen him sitting on the bed, he looked scared as hell, y'all. I was scared for him.
She said, "Tell the people you got a girlfriend." He was like, "I got a girlfriend." Go with that man. I got a girlfriend. He was trying to tell me. I'm like, "Yes, let people know." And
she said, "Let them know in the camera."
She said, "You see this gun? She shot." She said, I missed that time, but I promise you I won't miss.
But this is my thing as a woman, as a man or a woman, period. If somebody is making you that angry or you can't control yourself, your emotions, that it could lead you to physical abuse of someone else, like, why are you in that relationship?
Exactly.
Or even the people that are getting abused. I know when you love somebody, you put up with a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
and that's what they think it is.
They think it's love. The abuse is love.
It's love. Because and it's so funny too because I remember talking to this young man who did my taxes, and he told me that there was a situation with a friend of his that he was seeing, and he said that the person came, looking for him. He wasn't at home. The person had been looking for him or something, and he wasn't at home, so the person came looking for him.
Now, this is a woman, the person is the woman that he was messing with? Or?
Yeah, a woman.
Okay.
And so she came looking for him, and I said, well, how did it make you feel, that she came looking for you and stuff, and you wasn't talking to me? He was like, well, I like a little crazy. So,
so some people
fellas,
like that stuff.
Some people think that
not just fellas, women that just shows
women,
that he loves me because he's aggressive or he put his hands on me.
He
so
didn't
I
mean
know
it. I know he loves me. He didn't mean it. And even men in that situation with the girl, when we talk stuff to them, if I catch you with such and such, you best believe I'm going to beat them. I'm going to tap that. You know how we can talk to them. Men think that that's, oh, she really loved me. She really into me. Thinking that, she just talking because she really into him. But really, mentally, she's actually saying what she's going to do, what she's feeling. You know what I'm saying? She's expressing that. And it goes back to the mental part of it. If you're in a relationship with somebody and you having to constantly say, if I catch you doing something, if I catch you with this is what I'm going to do. They're doing something to make you say that. It has to be a reason for her to even say, if I catch you. So at that point, she's building something inside of her, some type of wall up inside of her that she is going to do whatever she says she's going to do if she catches him, because he's giving her signs that something is going on, and I think it's the same thing with men, in a relationship, it's always something mental that causes a person to go off on the deep end. Because how can you get to the place of wanting to kill somebody? How can you get to the place of taking your own child because you love a person, so you say you love a person, but you're mad because they like somebody else and they don't like you, and you kill your own child? That's me, crazy. It's mental. Yeah, I mean, that's
over
that's
a password for a phone, and you sitting here telling me that you killed your daughter because of this woman. Like, you love this woman more than your daughter?
Yes.
Like, I don't get that part. I don't get the, I'm not going to say.
I just don't even get how you get in your mind to even kill, to think about killing your daughter, period. Where did that thought even come from? But they say now in the year of 2023 that mental illness is it's like a high number. I want to say it was like 80% of people. That's a lot.
That's a lot
dealing
of
with mental illness. They said the major is depression.
Depression is the major.
One of the anxiety.
Oh, anxiety is big.
Yes,
I know I suffer from anxiety a little bit
triggers.
too, so I know those are major triggers. With the domestic violence, I wanted to bring this up, Trina, because I think it's important for people to know. Of course, there's a hotline you can call, the domestic violence hotline. But there was some things that I think that people need to be aware of are the types of abuse.
Okay.
I'm going to put my glasses on, y'all, because I can't see.
Yeah.
Y'all know I can't see. But, so there's types of abuse that...
There's signs.
Yeah, there's signs of abuse. So I think it's important. I can't get my glasses on. I'm sitting here struggling, y'all. Sorry, y'all, I'm struggling. But I just want to bring up, the signs of abuse. And then, while I'm looking this up, even the Jonathan Majors thing, of course, that came up. He was arrested allegedly for assault in New York with the woman that he was with. I don't know if it's a girlfriend. I don't know if it's a friend. A girlfriend. Okay. So just think about that. And they said that he was innocent. He was the innocent one. But because it's so much, I guess you see so much abuse from men to women that they automatically assumed that it was him, which I think that's, he was arrested.
Yeah.
Because they automatically assumed. But then when they came to find out and they started looking at footage and stuff, they said she was the aggressor. What do you think about that? That naturally men are the ones that are perceived as being the aggressors as opposed to women.
Because they're just men, I guess, and men are just, women don't typically fight and beat on men, so I guess it's just, cliche. Men are just, the stigma associated with that. But again, definitely, women, we have our moments too. I've known a guy that was in a relationship, and the girl was the abuser. And it's, I'm sure it has to be devastating though if you're in a relationship with somebody. I don't think you realize that it's I don't think you realize that it's domestic violence in the beginning. I don't think you do. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, we've all had a domestic altercation at some point.
I know I've had one before.
Yes,
and I feel like sometimes it depends on how the person aggravates you. And you may not wanted to put your hands on them, but you did. And, you end up getting arrested, go to jail, whatever, things happen in the heat of the moment. But I think that if it becomes violent, or not even that, if it becomes a regular occurrence, that is happening more regularly, then that's abuse that you're dealing with.
It is.
That person can't love you if they're abusing you.
Yes.
So I just wanted to bring up, my source is the Washington State Department of Social and Health Services, and they gave types and signs of abuse. So there's different types of abuse, and people always think of abuse being physical, but it's not always physical abuse. Physical abuse is one, where somebody intentionally is injuring you or brings bodily harm to you. But there's sexual abuse where you're forcing someone to have sex with you. That's abuse too.
It is.
That's sexual abuse. You're forcing someone to have non-consensual sex with you, which that's sexual abuse. That's a form of abuse. Then you have mental mistreatment or emotional abuse, is by causing mental or emotional pain to someone. That's important. A lot of people we're always looking at the physical aspect and not the actual other signs or symptoms of abuse. Exploitation. It's a vulnerable adult occurs when a vulnerable adult or his or her resources or income are illegally or improperly used for another person's profit or gain. Never thought about that. Did you think exploitation was a form of abuse?
No.
That's crazy, but it is. You have neglect. Of course, when you neglect someone, either, through your action or inaction, deprives a person or adult of necessary care, or a child of necessary care. That's neglect is a form of abuse as well. Then you have self-neglect, where you're neglecting yourself. That's you're abusing yourself. You don't think about that, but that's an actual sign of abuse as well. And abandonment is another form of abuse too. So you have to think about that. It's not just the black eye, the bruises, the welts, the lacerations. You have to think of the different signs of abuse and people being abused.
Yes.
So I thought that was a good thing. Also, there's definitely, if you are being abused, there's the National Domestic Violence Hotline. That number is 1-800-799-7233 if you're suffering from abuse or someone's abusing you. Definitely call this number. It's 1-800-799-7233, and we're going to share that at the end of this podcast. It's the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Definitely call if you feel like you're being,
especially young ladies, young women, especially because young girls are in relationships and they're starting out really young in relationships, and they're thinking that they have to be a certain way because, again, social media. They were saying that the number one source of a lot of depression and anxiety with mental stuff is social media. Because kids are on social media and they're bullying.
Bullying is a form of abuse too.
All of that, and they get in relationships. They think that they want to be in a relationship, and like you said, exploitation. The guy says, "Hey, if you want to be my girlfriend, then
you got to do this. Go have sex and make me some money." People don't think about that, but that's exploiting.
So young ladies, definitely. I hope you guys are watching this podcast and understand that you are important. You are someone. You are special, and there's someone for everybody. There's someone for you. Even men, that you don't have to go through abuse, because it all starts up here in the mind. This is where we lose the battle in our minds, on our the thought process of how we feel about ourselves or how the person makes us feel. So you just got to be, you got to be in love with yourself first.
Absolutely. Self-love is very important. Love on you. Find some ways that if you even, we talk about domestic violence, and sometimes people in abusive relationships don't have self-love of themselves, and they feel like they're not worthy. Make sure that you're doing things that make yourself feel, the love. For me, when I feel like, not depressed, but when I feel down, or I feel like,
the world is caving in.
Yeah, like things is just, I'm stressed out because I suffer from anxiety and I'm OCD. So I think that those two things together, I feel like sometimes I have to think about myself. I'll go out and buy me a piece of jewelry. I don't care what the cost is. I'll go buy me a handbag, a new pair of shoes. Something that's going to make me feel better. Because I feel like sometimes That's that self-love. Make yourself feel better. Go get a manicure or a pedicure. Go, go get your hair done. Go do something that's going to, go get some lashes. Yeah. Go, ladies, men, go buy you a pair of new sneakers. Right. Go shop and buy you that hat, that baseball cap that you've been looking at, that sweatsuit. Like, there's things that men can do. Go get yourself a pedicure. Yeah. Like, those are the things that you can do to relax. Men, facials. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself so that you can love yourself. So that no one can come into your life.
That's right. And make you feel
less than.
Different. Exactly. Whatever that is. And that's what I say too about happiness. Whatever makes you happy, because what makes me happy may not make you happy. Absolutely. What makes you happy may not make me happy. So whatever makes you happy, find your happy place and live in that. Live in that happy
space
place.
And don't let anybody come in
that you're not happy with in a relationship, on a job, whatever, at home, whatever. If you're in a situation where you're not happy, then seek something or somebody that can kind of help you to find your happy place before you lose it, because this is where we lose the battle in our mind.
You're mentally. Seriously. You have to be aware too. Mental health awareness, like for yourself. Like, what are the things that you're feeling? Are you depressed? Are you not talking to people, so you're not being social? So think about the things that you go through. Because there's so many different types of,
mental illnesses.
Yes,
definitely.
People that are bipolar, they're depressed. The people that have PTSD, people that have psychosis, ADD, ADHD. I mean, there's so many different types of disorders.
And trauma. Trauma is one. I'm gonna tell you another thing that I've learned since working in the mental health field is that trauma just doesn't have to mental illness doesn't just have to come on from being induced like a drug or something, bringing it out, but it can come from just simple everyday
trauma
experiences
that you've experienced.
That brings on trauma. You just being overworked on your job, or people mistreating you. With children being bullied at school. So definitely find your happy place. Definitely find your happy place, guys. And if you need somebody to talk to, therapy is always good. Finding a good therapist is always good. If anybody out there is dealing with something and they want some help, shout us out. I have quite a few therapists that I can refer.
Absolutely.
Psychiatrists.
Someone you can talk to.
Yes, definitely. Because
look at your EAP plans for your job. Do they offer free sessions?
Yes.
That's very, very important. I know that when, my mom passed away, I went through a lot. And, you always think that the doctors will push medication on you, for anxiety, for depression. For me, getting out there and really just pulling myself out of my depression and just saying, let me open the windows up, and I had kids to raise. Like, those are the things that kept me out of the depression, because I had to, I got kids at home. I got to get up. I got a husband I got to feed. He going to work. I got to go to work. So those are the things. I didn't have the time to just sit there and really mourn the death of my mother, the most important person in my life.
Yes.
Like, it was hard, but I was depressed where I wasn't. And I'm going to tell you, I had someone that was able to tell me to get your ass up, because this is not what she wants. We all don't have that friend, but I had a friend that was able to say, yo, you got to get up.
Shake it off.
You got to shake this off. She's gone. She's in a better place, because my mother had a brain tumor, which was hard to deal with, but we knew it was coming. But at the end of the day, it's like when that death hits you, it's like you have to go through the stages of losing someone.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, you got to go through the stages of losing someone. And I think that depression and acceptance is a part of that. And if it wasn't for my ride to die, Terry, I don't think I would have made it.
Got through it.
She's the one that made me get up. You still got kids to raise. Your mama wouldn't be sitting down somewhere. She was always moving. She knew my mom personally, so she knew her personality and how she was. She was like, get up. Miss Zeta wouldn't want you sitting around just being depressed. You got kids to raise. I mean, so I had to shake it off, baby.
They say that, and they always say that too. Pay attention to your friends. Don't be afraid to ask, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Yeah, don't be afraid to say, do you want to talk? And then take the time to actually talk and listen and to hear what your friends are saying, because you really don't know what a person is going through. We really don't know what people deal with on a day-to-day basis. So it is important.
And a lot of people don't know how to ask for help. Like if you're dating somebody that has gone through a traumatic experience, women, we are the gatekeepers for our men, their mental health and their being able to cope with stuff. A lot of men are not going to come out to you and say, I'm feeling depressed. This situation has really weighed me down. You know what I'm saying? As a partner to someone, I'm not just going to say a woman to a man, but a man to a woman. You have to be able to recognize your partner and what they're going through and the changes in their behavior.
Right.
And you have to be willing to say, hey, I think you need to go see somebody. I think you need to talk to somebody about what you're experiencing and what you're going through. A lot of times we don't do that. We kind of just say, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And you're going to move on. But everybody can't shake it off. You know what I'm saying? You got to give people the time to deal with what they're dealing with and being able to shake it off when they're ready.
Yeah, because we're all different.
We are all different. So remember, guys, always remember your mental health is very important. Know that there's coping, the ways to cope with mental health issues, whether you're going to a gym, go take a walk, go do some push-ups, whatever you need to do to get back in that mental space, and I'm not saying that's the solution.
And even if you have to ask your doctor to give you something to get you over the hump. Don't be afraid to share what you're going through with your doctor. Because they have stuff out there. And some people say, well, I don't want to take, any medicines. I don't want to do that. But they have natural things out there too. Natural teas, stuff that you can, drink.
That
just
mellows
to help you.
Yeah,
to cope
definitely.
With stuff. So just know that you're not alone. Whatever you're going through, you're not alone. And there's always somebody out there to talk to that wants to help.
And definitely your Ritch Aunties are here to help you too. If you want to comment. So definitely do that. Share that with us as well. We can get, we're going to share the phone numbers for the domestic abuse hotline. Anything we can share with you guys?
I thought you was going to share with the people.
Oh, no, I ain't sharing my feet with nobody. We was talking about Manny.
We were talking
about Manny and Petty's. Trina always, you don't never forget shit. I'm thinking we wrapping up the podcast and you like, we're going to talk about.
Because guys, we were talking about foot fetishes. There are men out there with foot fetishes. And I said, I do know there are guys out there that have foot fetishes. And Nancy happens to, was sharing some stuff with me about an experience she had. So I thought she was going to share it with you guys, but it doesn't look like she is.
No, I'm not sharing my feet on here today. Although they do look cute because my little girl told me to get an OnlyFans. I'm going to get my own, what is it, the OnlyFans? Is that what it's called? The OnlyFans. I'm going to start putting my feet on there.
So you guys
these
have
women making
fetishes?
money. I got some cute feet.
Yeah, they do. They got foot. They definitely for fans only out there. These people are getting paid. So I think you should try it and see what happens. See what happens. I mean, because it's 2023 where anything goes.
Hey, that's passive income. Why not?
Right, why not?
Make an income while I
people
sleep.
Are making money just chewing ice.
What?
Yes,
Stop
on TikTok.
playing.
They have TikTok stuff, girl, little things where people just sitting there. You can just, the crunch.
Well, you know what I was hooked on is watching the Asians eat their noodles and stuff.
Yeah.
Can I tell y'all that? I was fascinated by that.
So
I don't know what the channel is, but it was like a food channel. And I would just all day just be watching them slurp their, and they just slurping damn noodles.
And get money off of that.
I don't know if it was like how they made the noodles. It was one girl that you could see her cooking everything and she was putting everything in. I was just so intrigued by that. I don't know why, but hey, everybody has their little vices that they like. So yeah, follow me on my OnlyFans when I open that page because I'm definitely
she's getting
definitely getting an OnlyFans
page.
Yes, I'm gonna put my nails and my feet out there. $20 for a view. Trina, you don't forget shit. Y'all, we out. It's the Ritch Auntie podcast. Don't listen to this one. She crazy.
Good guys. Good day. Good day.